So when someone's going through a crisis point where life has turned out not in the way that they've expected, it makes everything harder. So if you were not the one who was managing the finances or in control of the money and the cash flow, then gosh, when worst comes to worst, it's even harder for you to pick that up. But having said that, spending time with people who can help you pays off so much as you go through the journey, because what I find is that as people pick up the financial management and the understanding, it vastly improves their confidence, and that sort of thing bleeds across to the rest of your life. I definitely fell into working with women because I am a woman and there's just not enough of them who are financial advisors. What I started to see was the material change in the person in front of me from the crisis point, from the first time we met till that place 3 years down the track, where at first they had no control over anything, to a point where they've actually got all of the assets in their name. They're managing them, they're living their life, they're going on trips, they feel confident in the decisions that they're making. When you see that difference between the person at the beginning and the person who's gotten through it, literally it is crisis to confidence, that's the sort of thing where I started to think, this is the kind of work that I want to be doing all the time, because I'm actually having a hand in helping someone change their life and living their best life and doing the things that they want to do. That type of purposeful work is really important. And I think for our team, it's very important as well, feeling like you're making a difference. And there's, unfortunately, in that space, so much difference to be made. The way that we started thinking about this was not everyone can afford financial advice when they're going through a really tough situation like divorce. And the first thing upon reading it that I want you to think is, don't feel like you're alone, don't feel like you're dumb, and don't feel like you've made bad decisions. But then here's some stuff that you can think about. This is what you might be going through. This is what other people have done. And here's a whole bunch of different concepts for you to start learning about now, so that this journey is hopefully a little bit easier. We really want to make this useful, we want to make it the best that it can be, but I guess where we've gotten to now is something that can be really helpful, and that I hope that we can build upon in the coming years as we work with more people, as we learn more, and as we find out what really helps people, because I think we've got a sense of it, and I think that that's what we've distilled into this crisis to confidence. I think this space is also ever evolving, and it unfortunately will, divorce is going to be a challenge. I think that always is going to exist. So how can we help people through it, and how can we continue to evolve and make that better for them? The mindset shift is not something that can happen overnight. I think what happens is that every time you get that little bit extra confidence, like you talk to someone and they empathise with you, or you get something done, you open your own savings account or transaction account when you hadn't had one before, all of those little things build your confidence, and it enables you to then have that mindset shift to start seeing the sun through the clouds, and to get to that point. And I say, it often takes 3 years to get there, where you look back and you can't imagine being back in that crisis point again, because you are so equipped. All of that contributes to that mindset of being in a space where you can be happy and healthy and thriving. I think wealth with purpose is understanding what your purpose is and knowing how you want to be able to live your life, and then structuring your wealth so that it can deliver that for you. So certainly at Capital Partners, we don't believe in just accumulating as much wealth as possible. It's more about how do we let your wealth enable you to live the best kind of life that you want to live. It's not super easy for people when they first come in and chat to us to define what that purpose is. But we've done this so many times that we have a really great way to lead a conversation with clients, so we can understand first off what's important to them. So we are great at talking to them about that, and then from there being able to say, okay, well, if our wealth is delivering that kind of life for us, what are the things that we're planning for to achieve that? Best case scenario, we're helping people who really need the help. Like the people who are at sea and thinking, my partner's left, it's all up to me and I do not know where to start. What my hope is that they can pick this up and go, okay, all right, I'm not alone. Plenty of people go through this. These are the things that I need to think about, and here is a great starting point. I very much hope that there will be people out there who never meet us that find that this was the thing that they needed to get them through a really hard time. Financial advice can be expensive and not everyone can afford it, but how great if we can help those people who are really struggling to move forward in a really positive way and make the best choices for them. I think that would be, like, if that's what this achieves, thank goodness, because that's what we want. Well, that's what we've spent all this time on it for.